Okay. So, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Script and Execute. My name is Shruti. And in today's video, I'm going to explain one very important concept in Playwright, that is sharding. Okay, sharding, sharding. Okay. Before I want to start, I want to mention few prerequisites in order to, understand and work practically. Okay, that is your playwright framework must be connected to GitHub, and also you should have the basic knowledge of GitHub Actions. Okay, why I'm saying this is this concept mainly used in CI/CD pipeline. Okay, and in CI/CD pipeline, we especially use with the tools like GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps. So as I said, the prerequisite is your framework should be connected to GitHub. Okay, so here you just need to have create a GitHub account, um, GitHub account, and then create a repository and push your framework to GitHub. Okay, and that's it. You need to have. I have a playlist, and in this playlist, so what you need to do is watch this first video. So if you're a beginner, I'm saying, okay, so here I've explained how to create a GitHub account, and how to install git commands in your machine, and how to push your framework to GitHub. And after this, I think these two videos, how to run playwright tests in GitHub Actions, this is important, and also this one. Okay, so watch these three videos. If you have time, you can watch other videos later on. Okay, so then come to this video. Okay, because as I said, this concept is mainly used in GitHub Actions. Okay. So next is, let us understand what is sharding. Okay. Okay. So in general, sharding means breaking a large workload into smaller independent parts. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Sharding means breaking a large workload into smaller independent parts so they can be processed separately and in parallel. Okay, this is what sharding. Okay, so sharding is a, you can say, like a process. Okay, then shard. Okay, shard means it is a piece of work, it is a piece of workload. Okay, so here, so whatever the work in sharding, so as I said, it is a breaking large workload into smaller independent parts. This shard is that smaller independent part. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of sharding and shard. Okay, so these two are very important. Okay, so next, why this sharding is, think like your framework is growing. Okay, so you have 500 test cases. Okay, so here what I'll do is I'll create four shards. Okay, so in 500, for 500 test cases, I'll create four shards. So here it will execute, so each shard, okay, so each shard will execute roughly around 125 test cases. Okay, so this is about sharding. Okay, before we go into sharding, I want to explain about workers concept. Okay, because this is also very important and you might get confused. Already we have workers, and why do we need sharding? Okay, so in worker also allows us to test our test parallel in one mission. Okay, this is very very important. Parallelly in one mission. So what workers will provide us, so workers allows our test to run in parallel on same machine. Okay, in one machine or on the same machine. Okay, so but in sharding, so as I said, sharding is mainly used in um, GitHub Actions with tools like GitHub Actions and DevOps. So what those tools will do is they will give us cloud machines. Okay, so they will give us cloud machines, and here each shard, so what GitHub will do is it will give us, if I say four shards, GitHub will give me four independent cloud machines. Okay, so what it will do, GitHub will give me four independent cloud machines, so my execution will be faster. Okay, I hope you're getting this point. Okay, so in workers we will use only one machine, but in sharding we will use multiple machines. Okay. Okay, next important point is here. So as you know, here the workers will use the same machine and same CPU, same memory, and same same machine, same CPU, same machine, and same memory. But in sharding, it is not the case. Okay, so sharding allows us to distribute our test cases across these machines. Okay, so these machines means how many shards will create, it will give us that many machines, and they're all run everything on a single machine. Okay, so one shard, one machine, second shard in another machine. Okay, so this is about sharding and uh, workers. I hope this difference is clear. Okay. Okay, so now, so the command to execute sharding is this one, npx playwright test. Okay, so this command, correct, so this will execute all the tests in your framework. So if you want to give shardings, okay, in that case hyphen hyphen shard is equal to x by 4, is equal to x by 4. Okay, so if I'll give x by 4 means here, so first time, so it will be like in one job. I'll explain. In job 1 what happens, it is like hyphen hyphen shard is equal to 1 divided by 4. Okay, and in the job 2 it will be like hyphen hyphen shard is equal to 2 divided by 4. Means in the first job it will take first, it will divide the test cases. Like if I have 500 test cases, so first shard will take 125 test cases, and second shard will take another 125 test cases, and again 3 by 4 and 4 by 4. Okay, so this is how this sharding concept works. Okay. Okay, so currently I'll go to my this one YAML file. Okay, so it just here I just made some um, test cases. I just made some changes to this test cases. Okay, so this is my YAML file. I'll scroll back. So this is the ML file I used in that videos. Okay, I commented. Okay, so here this was the ML file. Okay, so here I'll show you. So here the command was this one, npx playwright test. So here it was executing all the tests. Okay, so only thing we need to add here is this part, this part, strategy matrix shard. Okay, so here I'm telling, like I'm telling the GitHub that give me four missions. Okay, give me four missions. Okay, so here this matrix, okay, so this matrix tells the GitHub to create four parallel jobs. Okay, so this is important. It will tell the GitHub to create four parallel jobs. Okay, so job one will take, as I said, first set of test cases and so on. Okay. Okay, so now I'll scroll down. This is important. Sharding matrix shard. Okay, just remember this syntax. Then everything is same. So whatever is was there earlier in the playwright ml, same thing, only changes I've made is this part. And I'll scroll down, this one. Okay, so here this is the syntax. Okay, so whatever I've explained here, this is the same thing. I'll just, no. Okay, so playwright, run playwright test. So here you'll give shard. So this is how we create, this is how we call this variable, matrix dot shard. Okay, so here this 1 divided by 4 for this. So here one, first time it will take first shard, second time it will take second shard, and third time third shard, and fourth one. Okay, so this is the syntax, or this is how we should use the or distribute the shard in GitHub. Okay, so I'll leave this entire playwright ML file in the comment section. You can copy the same thing. Okay. Okay, so now I've opened my GitHub account, so I'll just create a branch and I'll push this. Okay, I'll create a branch called sharding demo, and I've already explained these commands. Okay, so the first command is to create a branch and check out to that branch, and this is to add all the changes, and this is to stage, and this is to commit, and this is to push. Okay, so I'll execute all the command at once. Okay, press enter. And I've already explained these commands here in this video. Okay. Okay, one file changed. I intentionally changed that file. Okay, so here, when this will execute in GitHub Actions is when we create any branches. Okay, so when the main branch, when the changes goes to the main, and also as soon as we create a pull request, so this will execute. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, okay, so now let us go to GitHub. I'll refresh. I'll go to compare. So here it is showing that there is a new push, that is playwright sharding demo, which I just pushed. So I'll compare and create a pull request. So here from main, here this will be main, it should always be main, and here so you have to select which feature branch we are taking. Okay, so title everything I'll just leave as is. I'll just scroll down and here I click on this create pull request. Okay, so other parts I've already explained in those videos in detail. You can watch that. Here I'll just focus only on that sharding concept. So I'll click on pull request. So as I said, this will execute this this test cases execute as soon as we create a pull request. Okay, so no conflicts with base brand. So it is checking. Let us go to actions tab. So here it is executing our test cases. Okay, so here if you want to see the test cases executing, you have to come to this actions tab. So we can see that it is in progress. So after this, so we will see how it distributed the test cases. So before that, I'll show you how many test cases I have. Okay, so I'll just execute npx playwright test. So this will execute all the test cases in my framework. If you're directly watching this video without having prior knowledge of GitHub Actions, and if you're not aware of the GitHub, a repository or creating branch concept, you will definitely get confused. You will not understand anything. So that's why I said please do configure your framework with the GitHub. Okay. 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 So here we have 150 tests. Okay, I'll just stop it. I don't want to execute here. I'll go to GitHub. It's still executing. We'll go back. Okay. Let it run. You can click on the forward button. So this one I've before practicing I mean before making the this video I've tried this is passed, and this took totally 1 minute 58 seconds. Okay, same test cases. I'll click on this and I'll show you in this only. Okay, so here four jobs completed. So as you can see, it allocated jobs to this. Playwright test 1, test 2, test 3, and test 4. And if we click on that, so each took, okay, so 1 minute 24 seconds. So I'll just go back and I'll show you the timings. Each took 1 minute. It means each have executed in different cloud machines.